You're listening to littlepodcast.com. Is that Bowser has humongous tits.
Well, let's talk about the chompette for a second.
Generalized anxiety disorder.
Came over and farted in my face several times. Ground and helicopter-based lethal removal of mountain goats.
The goat pee one was very good. Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 326. I'm your host, John Rowe, joined by my co-hosts.
Matt at Hag, because I put on a crown.
And TJ May.
Matt Hag-et. TJ May-et. John Danger-et.
May of Mayette.
Yeah, man. I guess that's the talk of the town. Let's just kick off right with that.
The world is, first a vampire, and also on fire with the news of Bowsette taking over your internet screens everywhere.
Taking over Tumblr blogs everywhere. Let me look up some Bowsette fan art with safe search turned off.
Oh, and cosplays. Cosplays are already there, and some decent, some okay.
I do have some problems with some of the Bowsettes that have been made, because some of the Bowsettes just look like a fucking peach with giant tits, and that
But
doesn't
also
work for
sort
me.
of goth, and with a choker.
Yeah.
And like a spiky bracelet.
I agree that she should be kind of... But why goth? Bowser is not goth. Bowser is a kid.
But he's
Bowser's
spiky.
a dad.
Bowser
If anything-
is like the guy who used to be goth in high school, but now has kids, so he's like dad goth.
He's dad goth. I agree. No, I'm saying Bowsette needs to be not... She needs to be plus-sized. She needs to be a plus-sized woman.
I don't know.
Bowser is a huge
Not-
fucking lizard.
Yeah, but like muscular more. Because
I don't care either way. I think love comes in all shapes and sizes.
when I
Matt.
see Bowser, I think that lizard hits the gym. That
I don't know about that. I mean,
what
he
is he, a
very
snapping
round.
turtle or something?
To be fair, he is very round.
But he has a shell. You can't I guess the Ninja Turtles were kind of had defined muscular shells, but that can't be the norm.
guess.
That's not a realistic body
If
expectation.
you look at
John.
Bowser's chest,
Okay.
there is no six-pack. It is belly rolls.
He doesn't have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle six-pack.
No, not the weird turtle six-pack. I think red hair makes sense. I think blonde is stupid because he clearly has red hair already.
Well, I guess we need to figure out how powerful this magic crown is. How much
That's
of
true.
it is going to be Peach, and how much of it is going to be Bowser? Is this like a Kirby situation where it's mostly Kirby, and it's just like a hat?
Got it.
I don't know. We've already seen what Toadette looks like, and
Can we
other
explain?
than the-
Can we explain what
Yeah.
Toadette, how this came to be?
Oh, please.
All right.
Everyone in the world
Yes.
knows what Toadette... It's on all of our new money.
You remember when they were going to put Harriet Tubman on the $20
Yes.
bill? They're like,
I'm so
fuck
glad
it.
they finally put Toadette on the
They're going to put
$20
Toad on the $20 bill, which is just the president's dick.
You know, I forgot about that.
I know, and I just remembered it, so I made you have to.
oh, that's great.
So if you
president's
put the
dick
magic
looks like
crown on the
Toad.
president's dick, it turns into Princess Peach.
No.
So, as Nintendo is oft to do, they're taking a game that didn't sell well on their not selling Wii U system, which I love, and then they're bringing it to the Nintendo Switch,
Yep.
which in this case it's New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe,
And it should be the new Super Mario World, but they didn't.
and the Mario 3D World. Yeah,
Mario
that
3D
should come.
World should be on the fucking Switch tomorrow.
So instead of playing with two Toads, they're replacing one of the Toads with Toadette in this game, and they wanted to give her an exclusive power-up. So they gave her a power-up called the Super Crown, which
Got it.
transforms her into a new being that looks like Peach with some Toadette features, and it turns the game into easy mode. You can hover, you get kicked up from a pit once without automatically dying. It's the game on easy.
Yeah.
Well, the idea of that power-up, being a super crown, going on the head of someone and turning someone into something that looks like Peach, has made its way into fan art in the form of Bowsette and a number of others, including my my two favorites, Bowsette and Vivianette.
All right, I think it makes sense now. The way that Bowsette has blonde hair, because it's very clear that it's literally just Princess Peach with slightly different features. So,
But
like a different hair.
That's not how they went with Bowsette, though. Bowsette.
Bowsette is Bowsette official?
I think Bowsette's not.
Bowsette's not official. None of them.
No, Peachette is official. What I'm saying is Bowsette
correct
is unofficial. So I'm just saying,
going off of what all of those are unofficial.
Going what Nintendo has done, Bowsette should look like Peach, but with horns, basically, and maybe a different color scheme outfit. Black is fine, and spiky is fine.
Yeah. Okay. So it's basically a toadstool-esque dress and a bow.
I will say, though, that what I've gotten out of the fandom that has created the art is that Bowser has humongous tits.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous, some of this fan art.
It is. Are there... Oh, God.
Is that a thing?
There is. There's probably already female Bowser, like, fan art, right?
There have been, yeah.
This is not to be confused with Bowsette, but female Bowser.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there a canonically a Queen Koopa? Because he does have kids.
He has a kid. Who is what is it, Baby Bowser? Is that Jr. the name? Who is Bowser Jr.'s mom?
We don't know.
Because it's not Peach, even though he thinks it's Peach in Mario Sunshine. Because he keeps calling her mom, and then I think in the game they're like, no, he just said that was that, so that he would think Bowser's cool or something. I don't remember the exact reasoning. Now, the Koopalings, they're not related, right? He's their, like, uncle.
Okay, so, when Super Mario Bros. 3 first came to the U.S.,
yes,
the Koopalings were unofficial. Well, in the manual, said that these are Bowser's children. These are Bowser's 7 kids. After Super Mario World became a thing, they've rectified it to the original Japanese idea that he was never their kids. They just happened to be special Koopas.
Their creator god.
Koopas.
He formed them from mud and ooze.
Yeah, I'm just putting a couple images on the Discord for everyone, so...
Yeah, I got one of the nothing but memes.
Well, yeah, me too. Oh, yeah, I think that's a little bit more accurate, I'd say. But yeah. going off of what they did with the Toadette, because you would assume she'd have pink hair, because or Peachette. Also, it's Peachette.
Yeah, it should be Bowserette.
It should be Bowserette, not. Yeah.
Or sorry,
no, it should be Peach there.
Yeah, it should be Peachzer.
Pachowser.
Peachowser.
Yeah.
That's what Pro CD says in his little thing he did.
Now, I have a question about Bowser. He's immortal because he dies in every game.
Yes.
One of the times
he's like Captain Jack. He just is cursed to regenerate. That's true. You're right. Forever.
At one time, he comes back as a skeleton.
Yeah, that's a new Super Mario Bros. For the DS.
Yeah.
He comes back as Dry Bowser.
That's fucking crazy.
But remember, multiple different versions of each of these characters exist in the timeline at the same time. I mean...
It's the Mario multiverse.
Look at Mario Kart 8, and you've got, like, Mario and Gold Mario and Baby Mario and Tanuki Mario, and they just all happen to be there at the same time.
Yeah. You all right there?
I just saw the picture you posted.
Oh, good job.
Oh, the Discord picture? That's Bowser's mom.
Yeah, that's not... That's like Bowser.
That's his mother.
That looks like something from the Super Show.
Yeah, I know. Whoever drew that did a really good job keeping the art on brand. But what we've learned is that... Here's the other question. Does that mean that Peach was a toad originally at some point? Because she is Princess Toadstool.
Yeah. Princess
Toadstool, she's the only human in the world. Mario came through a pipe.
And she's a different kind of human. Well, actually, they've retconned him. He's officially... Mario and Luigi are from the Mushroom Kingdom now.
Okay. So it's not the Super Mario Brothers Super Show style?
No, they're not from Brooklyn.
Which is funny because they're Italian, and they call them Italian. So is Italy in the Mushroom Kingdom? Because, I mean, they call them Italian a lot, so...
Yeah.
I just really like the adjective mustachioed, which shows up in a lot of the Mario RPG games.
They do use that a lot. All right.
I'm not really familiar with actors, but are John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins Italian? Because those sound like super Italian names, right?
Well, Hoskins is old school Sicilian. Obviously, it's a Hoskins. Hoskin. Is Leguizamo? That sounds Italian.
I think so.
I mean, obviously he's not Italian because he's from America.
Yeah.
He was born in Colombia.
Okay.
So the Italian does not.
What
seem
part
to
of
be
Italy
working.
is Colombia in?
I don't really know. He's definitely a Latino. So Leguizamo is not Italian.
Glug 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 glug.
But you know what though? You know what this is said. In the world that we live in today, we don't need labels. We don't need countries. They're Italians at heart. Okay,
Yes.
literally,
Yeah, get that.
Their heart disease from eating all of the Italian cheese
pasta.
and things. You know what's interesting is like Italian people actually are like healthy because like
Do they have that kind of Mediterranean thing going on?
Exactly, because the Italian we have, well, not all of Italy, obviously, but large parts of Italy have like more Mediterranean style diets. Whereas, like, our Italian is like, oh, cheese and meat and sauce.
Yeah.
Which is, like, probably a certain part of Italy. You know what I mean?
It is.
Whereas, like...
And then it's also, like, Italian immigrants adapting their food for, like, the hardy winter. Yeah. So it's like, let's bread everything and fry it.
So let's look at the different regions of Italy. There's Milan... region, Lombardy, Northern Italian. That is, they don't use a lot of pasta. A lot of rice and polenta.
Rice and placenta.
Let's see here. The Bologna.
What do they have there?
How do you actually pronounce that in Italian? It's not Bologna, right?
Bologna.
I come from Bologna, the Italian region.
I think it's Bologna.
I come from Ring Bologna.
I come from Oscar Mayer, Bologna. Parmesan, tortellini, bolognese, obviously. Balsamic vinegar. Big deal there. Tuscany. Oh, Tuscany.
That's where all the restaurants are from.
Mm-hmm. There's the Lazio, which is Rome. That's like bruschetta. Spaghetti carbonara, of course. Here's the unhealthy one. Campania, Naples. That's pizza. Buffalo mozzarella cheese, calzones. Yeah, this is
okay. That's where all of our Italian food comes from.
And Sicily as well, because Sicily is like the meat, like veal and campanata. So like Sicily and like Campania region, Naples. That's not like the healthier regions are probably like more your Tuscany and Milan and Rome. So
Milan Rouge.
I don't really know much about Italian food, but I just know that it's actually kind of crazy how diverse it is. Because when we think about Italian food, we think about like pizza and spaghetti and meat sauce.
Yeah.
And it's so much more than that.
It's also crazy that they didn't have tomatoes until like people were coming over to North and South America and then bringing them back.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah. The other crazy thing when you think about foods, you think about like France. Like, what is French food? It's just good food. Is what French is just like. The interesting about French is like, what do you think of as French food? French food is like cooked good restaurant food. You know what I mean? Like chicken, beef dishes. Like all of the like types of food that you think of that aren't like specified Italian. It's like French cuisine. Like, is the French style is just like that's like all where cooking came from. Like good restaurant style cooking.
Restaurant style. Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah. So anyway, France has probably, I don't know, what country do you think has the best food? Anyone?
America. Because it's all covered in cheese.
I was about to say, there's a good argument for America in the fact that we have pretty much every certain
we have all the
food
foods.
genre. No matter where you go, you can get anything.
Yeah.
Which is not the case in
I
all
was
foreign
told
countries.
there would be a taco truck on every corner, and I do not see a taco truck on every corner. We're
It's interesting
close.
if you go to when you go to London or France or England, they don't really have a lot of Mexican food there.
Yeah. No,
you can find it, but it's
they're
not
all
as
about the
ubiquitous.
curries.
Yes,
That's their
Indian
big
food
import
a lot
food
over there. Indian food like halal stuff as well. A lot of kebabs and stuff from that.
Oh
region
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
You know, any place that they were originally owners of, or they were owners of for a while. Maybe not originally, but they just kind of showed up and were like, "Hey, we're going to take all of your culture and food and all of your museum pieces. We're going to take them back to London.
I'm going to take this. This is mine now.
We don't have our own history, so we're going to take our own.
All of our meat is spoiled, so now we own your culture."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I like I like some English food though too, because
I mean, like
a good meat pie is pretty good. Gravy, can't beat that. I've had a lot of pasties in my day.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good.
That's another thing. There's like every country that has mines, they'll have like a pasty-like thing. So there's those. They have them in up in like Minnesota region for the coal and iron mines. They have them in England. They had them in Botswana for the diamond mines, but they called them something else. It's just like everywhere that people were going to need to go down in mines, they were like, we need to cook something and then encase it in bread.
Yes. God, that's such a good idea always. Just everything covered in bread. Question. Is a calzone a sandwich?
No. A calzone
It's a panini.
is a pasty.
It's
pasty.
meat and cheese.
It's sealed. It's
in
panini.
It's sealed. Oh, paninis aren't sealed though.
Hey, close enough.
I would say because panini is just a pressed sandwich. Let's see here.
Well, a hot dog is definitely a taco, though.
It's taco. Yeah, you're right.
Hot dog's a sandwich.
I don't know. It's got
Well,
two
is a
sides
taco a
of
sandwich?
a connected bread side. Yeah, is a taco a sandwich? It's open on one end and closed on one end. Man, that's a good one.
No.
Everyone's always saying is a hot dog a sandwich is debate. I'm saying is a taco a sandwich.
Yeah.
That's the Galaxy Brain version. It's a taco a sandwich.
Why did I just do this?
All right. Okay,
But think about this.
A Crunchwrap Supreme is a sandwich, though, not a wrap, because it's
What
flat.
about an ice cream sandwich? That has sandwich in the name.
Yeah, that's definitely a sandwich. What about a Choco Taco?
That's sealed.
Let's
though.
presuppose
It's
that.
dipped.
Let's presuppose that a taco is a sandwich. Can we then make the jump that a Choco Taco is a sandwich?
Yeah, is a Klondike bar a sandwich?
Yes,
It's basically
because it's
an ice cream sandwich, but sealed all the way
I
around.
forgot
There's
not
no bread.
There's not the ice cream sandwich bits. So no,
You're right. There's no bread. It's just chocolate dip. Okay. I think we're narrowing down sandwich definition here. It needs to have some
is
sort
a corn
of
dog a
wheat-based...
sandwich?
Ooh, I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, that might be too far.
That's too far.
So you guys went down one Super Mario direction that ended up going into Italian then food.
I would say if a corn dog's a sandwich, then like a piece of fried chicken could be considered a sandwich, and that's too far.
Well, the KFC Double Down.
but that's two breadeds.
Okay, so if I
Holy
took a
cow.
corn dog and I put something on it, and then I put another corn dog on top of it, that's a sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. If you use corn dog as bun. Oh man, I'm getting hungry again.
Yeah,
I already ate, but
we had some corn dogs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I went down the Super Crown hole and followed, Bowsette
Oh, don't say that.
to chain chompette.
Oh yeah, I saw
did-
that one.
I did find some Bowsette Bill.
I like. Well, let's talk about the chompette for a second. There was a lot of like BDSM theme going on with the chain and collar.
Yes.
This is not very wholesome, Nintendo.
No.
I found a fanfic.
Oh,
Already?
There's already fan fiction.
All right, let's check out Chompette. I mean, Chompette fucks, obviously.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Definitely. There's-
all of these crossovers work at Hot Topic.
Oh, Chompette is... Oh, there's some weird stuff with Chompette, because Chomp's basically a dog.
Yeah.
Yep. There's
And-
there's some dog stuff, and then there's some uncomfortable dog stuff.
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know. What were the other ones? Sorry, I'm looking at Chompette right now, and I'm disturbed. But
I mean, Bowette or Bowsette, depending on what you call it. Oh, that's uncomfortable. Sorry, that one was.
Bowsette's not
uncomfortable.
so bad, although Bowsette has a very long tongue, which I guess makes sense.
Yes.
She's very
Boo has that
spooky.
long. Yeah,
And,
when I think of spooky, I think of long tongue.
I think it's about 1-to-1 or 3-to-2 in terms of people who have already cosplayed Bowsette versus Bowsette.
I think when I saw Gene Simmons for the first time, I fucking crap my pants because I was so terrified. That tongue is terrifying. He's like a fucking giraffe. Their long ass tongues. What else is there? I'm sorry, I'm looking at Bowsette. What else is there? Also, Bowette is stupid. It's Bowsette.
Yeah, Bowsette's great, better. Oh, that's uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable.
Come on, tell me.
On
me more.
mentioned, give me more. Give me more.
You said you
Oh.
researched this.
Yes. So we need to talk a little bit about the Wah family.
Can we talk about
Because just-
Luigi, please?
I've not seen Luigi. I've
Well,
not
look
looked
it
that
up
directly.
because it should exist.
But,
Luigi put that crown on.
But I looked up Waluigi and Wario, and most of the time, they put on the crown and become themselves, because you can't fix perfection.
Oh no, I'm loving this Waluigi jet that I'm looking at.
Oh, you found a Waluigi yet?
Oh yeah. Ah man, my fucking Mario fandom was just thirsty for something like this.
Yeah.
They were just waiting.
How
for
long
it.
ago did this start?
A week ago.
Okay.
A little bit after our
So it's
episode,
been
I
a
think.
week.
Oh, excuse me. I'm on r/Reddit/r/Nintendo waifus.
Oh,
You
I
know
was on-
my favorite subreddit.
yeah. I was on r/Chompette a second ago.
Wait, she has her own.
Oh,
subreddit
yeah,
already?
of course.
I'm just
Yeah,
looking up
Chompette does.
Nintendo waifus.
So does
and
so does Bullet Bill.
There's a lot of
So
now. There's a lot of not safe for work 18 plus.
Yeah, go ahead
Imagery
and click
here.
those. I didn't.
Dear God,
Oh,
I have been.
okay.
that's just full frontal nudity. This is not a family friendly waifu.
Nope.
Wow. There's some
don't
really nasty,
understand
dirty
what I'm
people.
seeing.
that-
There's also
that are
stuff
just-
that I like when I was looking at this earlier. I started to notice, I guess, art trends, like stylistic indicators of like just like weird poses and facial expressions and stuff that I was unfamiliar with because I don't look at this kind of stuff
Yeah.
frequently. But like, what's up with like, I don't know, just the weird faces that they do in these pictures?
Ahegao.
Yeah, we went over this before.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Now this whole thing actually started with a comic strip.
Yeah.
This started from a comics interpretation from an alternate ending of Super Mario
Yes.
Odyssey.
Odyssey,
I
yes.
believe it's a three-panel comic from top to bottom.
Okay.
First one shows a dejected Mario and Bowser. Spoilers, because Princess Peach rejected both of their marriage proposals.
Yes.
Bowser then comes out showing that he has a super crown, and in the next scene, which shows them walking past Peach and Luigi playing tennis, Mario's walking by with his new girlfriend, the hot Bowsette.
I don't like that. That's really weird.
Yeah.
It is.
They're like mortal
That's
enemies.
where it started.
But then I saw another comic of Bowsette and Mario in bed together, having just finished coitus, and Bowsette said "my turn" and handed the crown to Mario. So the internet's a weird place, you guys.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to not think about politics now.
Yeah.
It's been a hot week, huh?
It has been a hot week.
All right, so Brett Kavanaugh puts on the magic crown.
It's been Cabinet. Let's not do it. Let's not go there.
So, the internet can be a place for goodness.
Yes.
Because we spread some good. We spread some good last week.
Oh, did we? Are we going right into this segment?
Are we gonna?
Let's do it. Do you have a theme song for this already?
This.
What? I don't know if that's the theme song for this, but.
Oh no, this is a good one.
Yes.
Turtles having sex.
Yeah.
So, Born in the 80s is now responding to your pressing questions.
That's right.
And good news.
Nobody asked for us, but we're doing it.
Nobody asked for us, but we're doing it. And more importantly...
just like Brett Kavanaugh.
Do you have relationship problems or a ghost in your apartment that you need busted? Call Born in the 80s.
Because busting makes you feel good. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We were chosen as best answer.
What?
Week.
Yeah.
Our friend has put X at the end of text messages. Question.
Nice.
And we got a small response, which might have been from the person just as anonymous.
Yep.
The response was just, most people would correct themselves if they put an X in by accident, whereas she hasn't. Whatever.
I mean, come on. That's pretty
We were best
innocuous.
answer, and we were best answer with an Asker's rating of 3 out of 5. So we have to do better than that.
Wait, 3 out of 5?
Okay.
Fuck this guy.
But besides us and the two other ones that we had mentioned.
What is he reviewing our podcast on iTunes?
Hey.
Heyo.
Anyway.
But yeah, no one else responded besides the answers we had mentioned on the podcast last week. So I decided to broaden my horizons and just dig into some live answers again. So this is all stuff we can answer as we speak. I've done some humorous.
Get that
I've
paper.
done some serious. We're going to get that paper. Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
So, should I start with something serious?
I also want to talk to people about iTunes for a sec, though.
Okay, but also we should pick the most serious one and then make fun of it.
All right.
Okay.
So, just so you know about iTunes and podcasting, don't use the iTunes app to listen to podcasts.
Yeah,
it's
it's garbage.
One thing I learned
do,
is that the iTunes only allows you to have 300 podcasts in your feed. So, if you wanted to listen to the first episode of Born in the 80s, you couldn't, because the first episode is 39, because we can only have 300 items in our feed.
Oh, really?
So, yep.
What?
Yeah.
Boo.
Not to mention, this is missing last week's episode as well.
You're sure you didn't
no,
have
it's
like
not.
a limit on your Libsyn for?
No, there isn't.
Okay.
Libsyn will display all of them in an RSS feed. So if you use any other podcasting app, you'll get it. Like, for instance, Google Play has podcasts on it.
I remember with Running with Scissors, I had like some Libsyn limit for the amount of old episodes shown. And then I fixed it to be unlimited, and everybody got every episode of the podcast re-downloaded.
I remember that.
It was a good time. Our numbers were super high that month.
Yeah, of course. Darn it, I can't remember where Google Music has podcasts. It's not great to find if you go to Google Play.
Yeah.
Finding podcasts is not easy.
Just listen to your podcast on Overcast.
Yeah, actually, just get the RSS feed
Overcast.
in any podcast, like Podcatcher. I use Beyond Pod on that, but I want to see if that is the case, because I should probably fix that. So we have just recently crested 300 this year, so...
Yep.
I mean, not that it really matters, but people are definitely still downloading old episodes.
Mm-hmm. And
least
bots
someone
and
is.
Google spiders are too. So.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, hey. Hello. This isn't at all what I wanted. Definitely not the problem on Libsyn's end here. I'm actually on like the fucking creator portal of this.
Oh man, I haven't logged into Libsyn.
Wait, you can get analytics from Google Play Music?
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome. Like, not a lot of places have analytics. Through I can't tell how many people on iTunes have downloaded.
I feel like we're really alienating a lot of audience members with this conversation.
Hey, pretty much, Matt. The only people who listen to podcasts are other people that make podcasts. All right,
I guess.
So
using my sample size of 1 being me, then that is correct.
Okay.
So,
well, I'm assuming it's correct on here because right now it's telling me on here of episodes that are because apparently I can only view the creator portal and not what it actually looks like. On
here's what I'll do. I'll look up Born in the 80s in Overcast, and I'll see if I can go to episode 1, and then I'll start playing episode 1.
Episode 0.
And then we won't talk anymore, and we'll just listen to it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I can see episode 0. Wow, it just really puts it right up there, huh?
Yeah, it says it has 343 episodes on there. So that is not dog shit. Oh, hell yeah! Don't turn that off. We'll get content striked.
Yeah.
Like every good podcast, we started off with licensed music. But I believe, if I remember correctly, that
that was before podcasts were.
That may have been I may have been using a Japanese band's music, so the licensing may have been okay on that.
No, later on.
Yeah, no, of course.
All right, so are we ready to answer some people's dying questions? Some people who absolutely want to hear from us.
Let's do it.
Yeah. It says
there we go.
It says that episode 320 Garfield's Cloaca is currently.
Does my soundboard sound super loud to you guys? Because I feel like it's loud.
Medium.
We're good here.
It says it's still processing. Okay, that's Google Play's fault because it is playing off the website. So, anyway, let's get to it. That's enough. Well, actually, right. I'm gonna go check on my dog quick. Give me 20 seconds.
Perfect. Matt, this is giving me enough time for you to find your weird news segment.
Oh, I found a couple of them. I found a literal man bites dog
Didn't even
story.
need it. Okay. Didn't even need it.
All right.
She's asleep on her dog bed.
All right.
I mean, she had a busy day out on the farm.
You should get a nanny cam.
Dude, there are people that have that, and it's just like, that is fucking insane to me. Like, it's okay if you have a cam to, like, watch your front door or something, or, like, that Nest cam so you can, like, check when a package gets dropped off, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That makes sense, but, like, having a camera dedicated to watching your dog while you're at work is weird to me.
All right, TJ, give us that sweet problem.
All right, so we're going to start depressing. This was on the front page of Yahoo Answers, which for some reason ends up in the social science / psychology section.
Okay.
And the question is how to be happy.
You can't. Next question.
All I want is to be happy.
What is that from, Matt?
Reading Rambo.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the next book. All I want is to be happy, yet there is always something to worry about, like no money, having no qualifications, not even getting job interviews. I hate my face and body, no driving license, wishing I was someone else, family problems, no friends and being single, loneliness and being alone, getting bullied.
I've got an answer. I've got an answer.
Okay, you do your answer, and then I'll do my answer.
Yeah, good.
Getting bullied in military preparation college, insecurities, anxiety, no future, being 19 and not having a life, wishing I was dead.
Okay. I've got it. Oh wait, well I got two options here. Let me get the first one.
I'll just get some notes here.
Generalized anxiety disorder. Because that's what that is. You need to take some medicine or go to a therapist.
Yeah, definitely.
Very clearly. Or generalized or depression. It could be either. You need to have a professional diagnosis.
It
could be a mix of both.
A lot
of people
soup.
have that.
It could also be Depending, they said something about worrying about a lot of different stuff, and that could be a little bit of OCD, depending on whether that's that can be like the root of the depression and anxiety.
Yeah,
too.
You just need to seek professional help, man. It's not even like that. There's no stigma.
Yeah,
like some people need it, some people don't, and a lot of people need it, and a lot of people get help, and a lot of people get better. It could be you. That's it.
Alternatively, I have another answer.
Okay, let's hear Matt's.
Okay. Fix the things that you can fix.
Uh-huh.
Stop worrying about the things that you can't fix.
Yeah. Samurai neighbor.
Get real blazed. 420,
Yes,
360. Hey, smoke weed.
Smoke weed every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
All of the days.
I mean, that could actually go in with the chemical, fixing your problems a bit. I know that weed can also exacerbate anxiety problems.
Yeah. I'm a real big fan of Prozac and Xanax and Talkspace Internet Therapy.
All right, one second.
Go to Talkspace.com.
I'll be right back. There's
the
extremely loud noise outside.
Is it a dog?
Okay.
I'm going to make sure.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just typing the stuff in. You got some, I'm trying to be very neutral with this. Although jokingly, I was going to ask, should I use the 1-note emoji or the 3-note emoji to show that we're singing this?
Life is terrible. Also, if they're at military prep college, they probably have access to some kind of school counselor. That can be a gateway to getting hooked up with like an actual therapist. Man, we're really helping people, huh?
It was my cats. The dog is peacefully sleeping on the couch. And Steve is running around in the hallway. Okay, so what was your answer again, Matt? Sorry, just
here.
Smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
Okay, I would just say you just need to get professional help. That sounds like depression or anxiety. That's it, really. A lot of people get it. And a lot of people get help.
Yeah, more and more people every day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just because.
So John,
go.
I was asking Matt this, and should I use the 1-note emoji or the 3-note emoji to show that we're singing this?
3-note emoji.
Yeah,
okay.
That sounds right to me.
I usually start with a 1 and end with a 3-note, but that's been my MO for quite a while.
Oh, I think that's thunder outside. Matt, is it thundering?
I don't know.
Because my cat running around could be because he's scared of thunder, and I can hear him
Do you
trying
think
to
maybe
open
your
drawers.
cat's causing the thunder?
I mean, it could be. I thought thunder was God bowling.
Yeah. All right, so here's what I ended up getting.
I have one ear out so I can hear it better.
Okay, so I've got generalized anxiety disorder / depression. Seek professional help. These can be serious medical disorders that can only be assessed and helped by medical professionals or other therapists.
Correct.
In the meantime, take care of the things you can control and try to ignore what you can't.
Yeah, that's a
I'll
really
still put
good
in
answer.
something about if there's a school counselor to chat with as a gateway.
Okay.
Yeah. Also say, sorry that medical help isn't covered by your mental health care is not covered by your insurance, probably. Good luck paying for that shit.
And then put in the part at the end about smoking weed every day.
Yeah, smoke weed every day.
I mean,
Don't
that's
put
like
that in.
three music notes
Not
on each side.
not if you're military prep college. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a bad decision if you're. Is it thundering outside? What is that? What was that loud noise?
Do you think it's Bowsette?
Oh my God, Bowsette's at my door.
All right, that is submitted.
All right, let's do a funny one now.
Oh, and since I had this page up, some people did response.
Oh God.
Other people did respond. Let's see. There's a you need counseling that's more than just not being happy, which already has a down thumbs arrow.
I don't want to be helped.
Yeah. Someone else has a watch the documentary Happy. It basically shows how poor people in third world countries are happier than us spoiled ass Americans.
Yeah, that's not helpful.
Yeah, that's real helpful.
I don't know, man. There's something wrong with this place. A lot of depression in America. Our mentality is fucked. That's got both a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Someone else here says, please read The Happiness Trap by Russ Harris. It'll make you feel happier.
Read a book.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, you're unhappy right now,
and,
so here's some homework.
Yeah, this person says the source was their psychologist recommended the book to me. That's got 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, but you have to you can't just dive into a book. You have to do work with a therapist first, and then maybe they'll suggest a book to you.
Yeah.
So even though I'm not the name of the person, I think this is probably from someone named Jasmine, because I have the this person named Jasmine is responding to some of the other question or some of the other answers. It's like everyone's got fucking problems, whether you're in a first or third world country. You're absolutely disgusting. Also, I'm not American, you moron. Maybe you should, however, look at how much poverty goes on in first world countries. How you have to worry about getting getting good grades to get a good job and all that. This person's angry at the world.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think this person probably is also going to the website r/incels.
Possibly. With a name like Jasmine, could be female though.
Although r/incels is gone, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They made that game about that, Dead Cells. Is
that actually about that?
No.
All right. Let's lighten things up a little bit.
This one's about murder.
It is. This one's under society and culture. Under the subcategory religion and spirituality.
Okay. God is dead. Next question.
Okay. Did I do something wrong? So I'm a dad, and my son doesn't visit a lot. He came over today as a joke. I farted on him several times. He didn't seem fazed, but he warned me that if I didn't stop, he would get back at me. So as I was lying down, he came over and farted in my face several times. It caused me to get off the couch and wrestle him to the ground. I tried to get my ass in his face so I could fart on him, but he rolled back on top of me and held me down and said, "That's enough." He proceeded to leave without saying anything else. So what did I do wrong?
P.S. My son is 32.
Well, first of all, probably, because it's son visiting. Yeah.
Also, the son also left on his own, so it's definitely someone who can drive.
Yeah.
How much fart play is in a successful father-son relationship?
In mine, not very much.
Not very much either. In my, I mean, I've only been on one side of that. TJ's had a father relationship, but not with the son. TJ got real lucky there, huh?
Oh, it's fine. I wanted girls. The boys in my family are crazy.
How often
myself
do you
included.
fart on your daughters?
About once a week.
Okay.
You gotta kind of limit it.
But you don't do on them. You just do at them?
Yeah, in their presence, you kind of point
yeah,
your cheeks.
That's what I
typical.
get.
Yeah.
You don't go right for the face. You don't bury their nose. That's assault.
Yeah, I feel like this is a question that shouldn't be asked to the internet.
I mean, it's obviously a troll question, which is why I picked it out, especially with it being in the religion.
You're ruining the
section.
kayfabe, TJ.
Yeah, I am. It's fine. But I think we should half seriously answer this.
Oh, it was thunder because it's pouring now.
Riaj HS or possibly Riaj High School in the chat room says assert dominance.
Oh, assert dominance.
Possibly the fart wasn't forceful enough.
It's Elijah, short for Elijah.
Okay.
So.
Raisha High School?
Yeah, sometimes goes by the name of Chub. There might be too many Chubs. He's in a bunch of my stuff.
Sup?
And gives me crap. When I give flatulence, he gives me crap. So.
Yuck.
Oh, that's the perfect answer. When I give flatulence... the proper response is crap.
Much like the X game, not the X games, but the X game in text messaging, you have to escalate it.
Yeah.
So you should have sharded on him. You should have sharded on your son.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using defecated, but yeah.
I would say take a Duke in his car.
Yeah.
So when he tries to leave, he won't want to leave.
You need to poop in his tailpipe.
Yes.
And then it's a fun prank where his car smells like poop and also it's clogging his tailpipe so he dies.
Open the gas tank cover.
Yeah.
Unscrew the little cap and stick your ass against there.
You're going to need
right
to
into
poop
the gas
in
tank.
the shape of a spark plug.
It's very, yep. I don't know. I would say
Poop in the
definitely.
shape
I
of
would.
a spark
I would
plug.
say you could just poop directly into the like washer, like little sprayer for the car, like where it sprays the windshield.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely. That way he'll be covered. His car will be covered in shit. Can I tell you about a prank that happened in high school?
Do it.
So there's an escalating prank war between a friend of my brother's, who was a friend of mine as well, and he's rest in peace, Jake. But he got into a prank war with another guy where they were pranking each other's cars, basically, because a friend would constantly leave his car unlocked at school, which obviously meant you had to fuck with his car.
Yeah.
And he put well, we didn't do anything inside the car. Well, we did one thing inside the car. Is he took a peanut butter, put it on the outside of the car, covered it in oatmeal, sprayed chocolate sauce all over the car. He took a severed cow's leg and put it on the hood because you know he's from a farm and you got those lying around every once in a while, you know, just cause. And he put it on the hood and covered it in chocolate sauce like it was blood, and you know it was the ultimate pranking. Because he had like baby powdered the inside of his car. The other guy had at one point, so this is the payback. But inside the this was too far. I was here when he did this. Not the part that I'm going to describe, but I had advised against this. But he took the oatmeal can and pooped into it, and then sealed it and put it in the car. Yes. So that when he would go in the car, he would see the oatmeal can. And he also put the chocolate sauce and everything inside the car, like just like the bottles and stuff, just as like a hey, here's all the stuff I used. Just like a little like haha. Yeah, so that was too far, I think. It was also the car pranking in the school parking lot that caused a meeting to be held to which no one was allowed to do this anymore. Partially because someone else, not my friend, got into the unlocked car and sprayed the chocolate sauce all over inside the car.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Really
somebody
not
always
cool.
has to be that guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like that was way too far. Because the idea is like, haha, it's outside your car. You know, he maybe gave him the chocolate sauce because he was like, oh, you know, you could spray some on my car or something. Like, haha, I got you back. Because we like wrote stuff with the chalk on the outside, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, that was the escalation. But yeah, he duked in the car. You know, that's too far. A prank I did on friends' cars, because we'd always hang out at someone's house and, you know, people would fucking always leave their cars unlocked for some reason. Because this is back before every car had, like, key fobs, you know, because I'm an old person. You take a cat food, a can of cat food or a can of tuna and crack it just a little bit and put it underneath the seat, like in the back or the front, you know, where you can't really see it. And that's real good. Because that gets stanky. I had a friend that got me back what we had done is we put a bunch of Playboys in his car because we found them at a garage sale. Like some dude was just selling like seriously like 1,000 Playboys. He had he had every issue. It was actually, I kind of wish we hadn't have done to the Playboys what we did with them, which was basically destroy them, because I guarantee you some of those were worth money because they had that Madonna issue. You know, like from the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was like some classic, like, these are probably worth money. like these are old back issues of, like, a notorious magazine like this. Or maybe not notorious, but a popular men's magazine. And what we did was we just kind of, like, hid the magazines in each other's cars and houses. So, like, parents or girlfriends would find them. So, but to get me back, he got a jar of pickles and opened it and put it underneath my seat.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Bread and butter pickles. So it was like I kept getting in my car and be like, my car smells like hamburgers. Why
my
does it
car
smell
smells fucking delicious. Why
does it smell like cheeseburgers in here? And it did. But that wasn't too bad because that was, well, I found the jar and I was like, ha, and then tossed it out. And I was like, that. So that's okay. For your son, though, if he's being a dick about things, sometimes you have to assert dominance by duking one in the car.
I do that. I have kind of thing similar to your pickle prank where somebody's been pranking me by leaving a bunch of garbage and McDonald's wrappers in my car, and it's me. I'm pranking myself. So,
TJ, can I?
Yep.
I'm going to blame you for my early death because I have downloaded the McDonald's app because of you. And
I downloaded the McDonald's app because of both of you.
It is a dangerous thing because
I still
you're
haven't
just
downloaded
like,
it yet.
hey, $1 sandwich, get a $1 Big Mac or a $1 double quarter pounder of cheese. And I'm like, fucking A, man. All right. I guess I could go get a coffee and a burger. Like,
the only thing keeping me from immediately dying is that I don't want to like go to McDonald's and be like, I saw on my app that I can get a thing here, and then show them my phone.
Wait, you're not using the app to its fullest extent. You put your credit card in that thing, and you can have it so it orders for you, and you drive there, and you sit in the out in the parking lot,
spot.
And they'll walk out
You
with
don't
your
even
food
have
to
to
you
go
and you
through
drive
the
off.
drive-through.
No, you don't. You have to talk to no one.
I'm gonna die, John.
I know. That is the. But now I've been doing the drive-through because the McDonald's near me is kind of like that Monona one. I don't know. They were good for the breakfast that I did when TJ was over here and stuff. But like, if you go to them for like dinner, they seem to have no clue what the app is, and like are just like, what? And so. Or I'll sit out in the like driveway for like 10 minutes and then they'll finally bring my food out because I think they clearly don't want to walk out and give the food. So, and if it's raining out, but the drive-thru thing is literally awesome. You just show up and like, hey, I have an online order for pickup, and give them the code number. And they're like, okay, pull ahead, we'll have it ready. So you do have to talk to someone then, but it's not as bad. Anyway, I'm just saying, Matt, it's stupid. I got a free coffee, which is why I had McDonald's tonight. Because I had 5 McCafes, so I got a free McCafe. And I got a large frappe mocha, which is not healthy at all. Oh, God,
no, their frappes are
so good.
The whipped cream on those are so gross, though.
Oh, maybe.
It's like fucking whipped oil.
Oh, well. Well, that's what Cool Whip is, and I love Cool Whip.
Yeah.
So.
I
just mix it all in. I get home and I just stir it up and get that cream mixed in. Oh. Anyway, so yeah, TJ, thanks for killing me.
You're welcome.
What's another one?
So yeah, I'm
let's
gonna
do
go
one
ahead and
more.
respond with a little bit. Okay, I'll let you.
Because we gotta save some.
Experiencing some problems. Boo! I think this thing disappeared, so I can't respond.
What the fuck are you assholes doing?
All right, so do you want something simple or something that hits us to the heart? Not sad, but just hits us personally.
Let's do the simple one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a simple kind of man.
All right. I'll say the question. If you want me to discard the question, we'll go to the other one. This one's simple. How to get girls to send nudes?
Oh, I have an answer. Don't.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we might have time for another one.
The send nudes one, the answer is don't be the first one. And so no one will ever get a nude.
That too. It will not
Especially
be reciprocated.
Guys, sending a dong pic is never, ever right unless they send you a nude pic first.
And specifically request one to come back because penises aren't pretty.
No.
I mean, some people think they are. I don't.
Nobody does.
No. All right, Matt.
It's a shame stick.
And ask her.
Oh, yeah.
What? If penis... Kirsten, are penises pretty? She says depends on the penis.
Wow. You got a good one there.
Yeah.
Tell her that she's a...
People certainly do find them attractive. But they should not be emailed.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right, we got time for the last one then. All right, so this one is in the category of society and culture under cultures and groups. Question is, how come everything from the 1980s was lame? The music was stupid and looked I'm gonna use this word, but it is not my word. The music was stupid and looked gay. Guys with makeup like Poison and Motley Crue. Fashion was embarrassing. Movies were terrible. This was a terrible time for human history culturally.
What does this have to do with relationships?
So here's
I'm jumping
interesting
categories.
Schrodinger's generation going on here. This could be somebody that was a teen in the 70s or somebody that was a teen in the 90s or later.
Well, I don't know though. I think 80s is like popular now.
Well, not exactly. The 80s came back in the early 2000s. Now everyone's all about 90s nostalgia.
I mean, I guess. I feel like Fortnite has a lot of 80s nostalgia built in, and that's like what all the kids do. You know, you got like fucking neon shit and I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's also this person's got terrible opinions because the 80s were great. I will admit 80s pop music is hot garbage, but in a fun way.
Yeah.
But like we're talking about like bands like Metallica, like thrash music existed. You know, we're talking about like incredible synth.
Well, they trash talked Poison, right?
That's fine.
So like your response should just be like, "Oh man, maybe have you heard of Every Rose Has Its Thorn?"
Yeah. I would say that this person has been exposed to one particular genre of 80s and not the full milieu.
Well, okay, what can we suggest?
Okay, first off, watch the movie fucking Terminator. Was that 82? Or is that 79?
I think the first one was 82, yeah.
Yeah, that fucking movie is amazing. Like, I mean, all of the best action movies are from the 80s.
Yeah.
Like, and people try, I mean, like, Back to the Future, for fuck's sake. Ghostbusters? Those are some legitimate classics. Aliens? I'm just gonna start yelling. Fucking
the
Indiana
Blues Brothers.
Jones. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Die Hard.
Episodes 5 and 6 of Star Wars.
Okay.
Weren't those 80s?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know if I'd put that in there.
Are they just going to get mad at us because of our username, though? They're not going to listen to us.
I'm not going to say that the 80s are incredible, but my God, there's some incredible stuff that happened in the 80s in terms of movies. And
it was definitely a time that happened.
Like, I would say the 90s were worse in some ways. But I'm thinking of the early 90s. But the late 90s were bad, too.
Grunge.
The middle 90s were good.
Yeah, the late 90s were bad. Once you had, 92, 93, and grunge started happening.
RoboCop?
The
Come
early
on.
90s were basically just the 80s.
Yeah. But, like, the worst parts of the 80s. Because, like, again, when I'm mentioning all these movies, all of the best stuff is from, like, 83 to 87. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about the mid-80s were incredible. We have also Empire Strikes Back, so it was 1980.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I just said.
That's
That's
just,
Star Wars Episode 5.
oh, you said Star Trek, I thought.
No,
Star Trek Episode 5, the one with
I mean,
Wookiees.
I think you may have not said it, and I just heard it, but
okay.
Either way, no, yeah, Star Wars you put in there. I think this person's literally just listened to, like, Wang Chung once and was like, the 80s are stupid. Is this Brett
what about
Kavanaugh
Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
trying to make people hate the 80s so they don't think about the 80s? What's going on?
It's probably.
I don't know. I have a weird love of the 80s for some reason, even though I was 5 when they ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
I
don't
was
know why.
4 when they ended, but we grew up in the shadow of when everyone was starting to be nostalgic about the 80s.
That's true.
So we kind of caught
Because
that
in
by
the
proxy.
mid 90s, people were way into the 80s.
Yeah.
So I was 10, and all the radio stations were playing music from the 80s. You know, so. Anyway, 90s have a lot of good stuff too. Every decade has its own good parts and bad parts.
Yeah.
What's the worst decade, do you think? I think I have the answer.
1940.
No. 1930.
1930, yeah.
Because it was Depression and the start of the Nazis.
Yeah, I guess there was the latter half of 1940 was pretty okay.
Yeah, because the Nazis were dead. Women were able to work for a bit there, but then they immediately in the 50s were not allowed again. So, you know, the 40s had... Yeah. And then 50s is when good music started to happen. So...
Yeah.
Like modern.
Also, like
music.
the whole century of the 1800s was pretty bad.
Yeah, not a lot of good stuff happened in there. Cause like, was there any like good science? Oh, I mean the steam engine. I'm just trying to think here, cause like all the and genetics. Okay, I mean there's some good stuff in the 1800s, but as a whole, a lot of really bad things happened to a lot of people in that century. Yeah, same with this one. Wait, somebody in Twitch is mentioning this. 1940 still had the Berlin crisis. Yeah, I mean, 30s and 40s are both bad. The World War II area is not good. And yeah. I mean, it's bad. But I mean, I'm just saying 30s was like depression. The entire world was like horribly depressed. Like everyone was poor basically.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, so it was a real bad time. I think, and it's what caused World War II, basically. So
yeah, and you don't have those flappers from the 20s anymore because they all.
I hate flappers.
Camps.
Flapper is the worst style ever.
And
so, if your style icon is olive oil from Popeye,
okay, what about this? What
it's
about
not a good look.
the 1910s?
Hold
Name
on.
something good from the 1910s.
Yeah, you're right. That was the Titanic was then.
Yeah.
Isn't the flapper dance just flossing now?
I mean, kind of.
They're
I don't know what
doing
flossing is. Is that a thing?
It's that stupid backpack dance with the arms.
Oh, it's not like the
I-
teeth thing.
All right, let's go through the 1910s right now. We've gone through the 2010s.
Okay.
But we're in the 2010s right now. So what
No,
were
we're
the
not.
1910s?
Wait, are we still? Oh, we
Oh, yeah.
are.
Yeah,
aren't we?
apparently.
Yeah, 10 to 18. So this is 1910 to World War
You're
One
looking too forward to
happens.
2020.
Yeah.
So that's pretty bad.
The Great War, the war to end all wars.
Yeah, the war to end all
Yep.
wars is pretty bad, and also the Spanish flu killed like a large percentage of the population.
Yeah.
So that's pretty bad. Disasters. We had the Titanic, of course. Lusitania was torpedoed, but that was part of the war.
Mm-hmm.
Spanish flu killed 20 to 100 million people worldwide. That's pretty bad.
Yes, Spanish flu was devastating. That's what
Oh yes, the
being
shark
vampires
attacks in
about.
the Jersey Shore happened. You know, the shark attacks that the movie Jaws was based off of.
Yeah. And the
less
chat's
than 4
talking
people
about
die?
World War One, which I completely forgot about. Like, this is when they were still trying to do like walk-up tactics, old school style tactics with machine guns. So there was just a ridiculous amount of casualties.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the Northern African part where it's machine guns versus people on horses with swords.
Okay,
Yeah.
we do have some pretty good stuff that happened in the science and technologies, though. One thing, the Panama Canal was created, which
What's
joined
that good for? Nothing.
the Pacific and Atlantic Ocean.
It's just
That's
they made that song about it, and that's it.
Yeah. So
And
that
then
was
you
pretty
know
good.
that song got used for torture.
Okay. Here's a fun one. The zipper was invented. That's
By
pretty good.
YYK.
Yep, by Gerald Y.K. There was also the stainless steel was invented. That's a pretty big deal. Rustless steel, they would called it originally. The toaster was invented.
Oh, well, okay.
The
sure.
pop-up bread toaster. Okay, here's a big
We
one.
wouldn't have the greatest movie of all time, The Brave Little Toaster, without that.
There
Yeah.
was the general industrialization and creation of the Model T Ford, which created an affordable automobile that everyone could buy, which is incredible, but also part of the reason why the world is having horrible climate change problems right now. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also
Little
all of the
column A,
wars
little
that the
column B.
quest for oil caused are
yeah,
caused by Mr. T. Ford.
yeah. Man, I should probably be on Twitch so I can read these comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
because I'm just seeing them through the video while I'm searching. So let me get on Twitch so I can read these because I want to respond. Because you can listen live on Sundays at 8 o'clock Central when we usually record pretty much every week now. What else is going on in the tens? Okay, here's a couple big science ones. Theory of relativity. That's a pretty big one.
I guess.
Is this specific or is this general now?
What? I'm talking about science right now.
Yeah, is it specific relativity or general?
It's general relativity.
Okay.
It was Einstein's first theory of general relativity.
Okay.
Oh, god damn. Whatever I ate is giving me horrible heartburn right now.
It was McDonald's. So.
It was, actually. You're right. I had a McDouble with things.
Oh, I love McDonald's.
This is actually true, says I ate a Karate Kid, which is a fun username, actually. So props on that. In the 1910s, meat and working conditions were terrible. Yeah. I think he didn't mean like meat was terrible. It probably was too, but
it was
the meat packing industry and working conditions were terrible. Yeah, that's why unions were originally created, because of that. Like that was kind of a push on labor standards.
I had somebody once loosely described Upton Sinclair's The Jungle to me.
I will say
I know about the meat industry.
That Upton Sinclair's The Jungle is probably one of the most important books written.
Upton Sinclair's Welcome to the Jungle was such a great song when it came out.
That's actually what Welcome to the Jungle is based on. The Jungle is such a good book. Like, I read that book, not in college, but in, I read it. It wasn't like a lot of people get that assigned, and I just read that one because I heard it was good and I could not put it down. I mean, it's so riveting, like the story and kind of the parallels that you see nowadays, with working conditions and the anti-union kind of stance that's happening right now with the labor market right now being pushed lower and lower with costs. So anyway, maybe I can't remember when that book took place, but regardless, when was the Jungle based? Let's fact checking is great for podcasts.
Yep.
So in summary, you can reply to this Yahoo answer. Hey, at least
read The Jungle.
1910.
Damn it! I searched The Jungle Book and it gave me Disney's The Jungle Book.
Yeah. No, you have to...
That's a different jungle.
So
could you imagine some kid being
Welcome to the Jungle, starring The Rock and Upton Sinclair.
Could you imagine some kids like, hey, let's read The Jungle and for school, and they're like, oh, all right, I can't wait to read about that dancing bear, and then it's about a bunch of people dying in meatpacking plants.
Wait, they were flappers too.
What?
That's how they danced in the Jungle Book. Was all flapper dances.
Yeah, you're right. I think there was some flapper. Oh, we're getting a chat. Yeah, I guess 1919, the women getting the right to vote is pretty good. I feel like it's probably pretty good.
You know, I'm in favor of women continuing to vote.
But I can't give 1910s props for that, because that probably should have happened decades before then. Yeah, they just finally got around to it.
What year was Prohibition? That's the bad one.
Upton Sinclair's The Jungle was published in 1906.
When did Prohibition end?
But it was based on the meatpacking plants in the early 1900s, late 1800s. I think it's
Prohibition
particularly...
was 20 to 33, apparently, according to the world's greatest historian, Wikipedia.
Yeah, it's from 1905. Upton Sinclair, The Jungle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's when it took place, because he did it. It was basically Upton Sinclair had done like an undercover investigation of meatpacking plants.
He did an undercover boss.
Exactly. The previous year, and then wrote the book based on what he saw. It's like a fictionalization, but based on true events, kind of thing. So, anyway, no, a really important book. When President Teddy Roosevelt calls you a crackpot, you know you've done something right, I guess. The book goes a little bit far into communism, I think, at the end, because like the first half of the book's really good, and the second half is kind of about like joining the communists. So it's a bit of a different ending, I think, than maybe, but it was back in the day. You know, because what else was there besides
Just
like,
unbridled, I drink your milkshake capitalism.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like at that point it turned people to communism, which is not a perfect system either. Yep.
I still love how we got the Swiss sound at the end of that.
Is the Switch banned in Russia? Find out.
On the next
Anyway.
morning 80s.
Yeah, okay, I could say 1910.
All right.
You know?
I'm glad we settled that.
To be fair, the movies kind of took off in the 1910s as well. Like the first like silent films started coming out, so that's pretty good. But yeah, 1910's bad because in the 20s everything was better anyway. But then the 20s also had the excess of the rich class. Anyway, let's not worry about it.
Yeah, that's what they said at the time too.
Yeah, someone else will take care of it. Let's not worry about it. Can we talk about some news here? Because I got some news.
All right.
Did you hear about Fox put new release dates for a lot of its movies?
I hadn't
The
heard
20th
of
Century
this.
Fox.
No,
like all the
I
X-Men movies got shifted around. And that they're going to bring Deadpool 2 back to theaters for Christmas. Right?
Okay.
Why?
Wait for it. As a PG-13 adaptation.
That's strange. Are they? They're still like trying to be acquired, right? So maybe
I
they're
don't
just like,
really
we need to
know.
buy time before that happens, and just whatever, and just throw whatever in the theater.
Uh-huh. I think that would be really interesting if they did some fun stuff with that to make it PG-13. Like have them bleep out swear words in a funny way and kind of do a little Deadpool to it to make it PG-13. That could be fun. Otherwise, what kind of money grab is this? Didn't Deadpool 2 make a bunch of money anyway?
I think it underperformed expectations, but
Yeah, but I think it still made more money than its budget.
yeah.
Should have.
Well, okay, let's see. Box Office Mojo. Let's see what the box office for Deadpool. Well, that's the first Deadpool made $370 million domestically. What did Deadpool 2 make?
And
Less
the
than
budget
Deadpool
for
1.
the first Deadpool movie was like $14.
You're right. It made less than Deadpool 1.
There's still a Gambit movie on, according to Box Office Mojo, anyway, on the books for 2020.
You know.
Yeah, 318 million it made. Deadpool 2 domestically, and it cost 110 million. Whereas Deadpool, the first one, cost 58 million, like almost half as much, and made more. So, I mean, Deadpool 1's a way better movie than Deadpool 2. I mean, I like Deadpool 2, but Deadpool 1's so like tight.
Yeah.
Where Deadpool 2
And
is a
Deadpool
little
1
bit long.
has like the added benefit of it, like nobody was expecting it.
Yeah, that's also true. But I mean, Deadpool 2 is 2 hours long, whereas Deadpool 1 was an hour and 45 minutes. And that extra 15 minutes probably could have gotten cut out, and it would have been a tighter movie. Well, we talked about this when we reviewed it, but like this was a little all over the place. But we can talk about the Telltale thing.
Yeah,
I
let's
saw
do
someone
it.
in the chat mention. I actually have it on my list of topics, so let's get to it if people want to talk about it. So we talked about this last week just for a hot second because it just had happened that weekend, and not a lot of details have come out. But I mean, we were talking about Telltale Games just closed. We're talking about not closing, not like okay, we got to close. Here's your severance package. Everybody go off and find something. It is like,
Fuck it. See ya.
yeah, it is literally 8 a.m. morning meeting. CEO saying, "Hey, we're closing." And we have employees being told to Kotaku, a source saying they had been working at 3 a.m. the night before, pushing hard to get game updates done so they could get a game released. And then they come in the next morning and they are told, you got a half hour to get your stuff. Like, wow, no. Okay, here's some of the worst parts. No severance. I mean, the company is financially unstable. It's somewhat understandable. But they said that their health benefits ended at the end of September. So they have a week or 2 weeks until they have to basically go on COBRA, which I'm sure they'd be eligible for. But if you've ever been unemployed and been on COBRA,
Cobra is expensive.
It is. Yes, basically, it's like you pay what your employer was paying and what you would pay, so which ends up being a lot more, like 4 times more what you
Worse
probably
than being
were paying per
self-employed.
month. Yeah, so a lot of people actually, I would suggest to look into the healthcare exchanges and stuff in your state, because there might be a better deal. Because I believe if you lose your job, you're entitled to pick up like an Obamacare exchange medical plan.
Yeah, it's a change in
life status. So
yeah.
Yeah, but that's a lot of hassle, to ask someone who just lost their job to go find a bunch of stuff. It does feel unethical, though. It really does, because from what it sounds like is this company was in a lot of financial trouble for a while, and the upper management basically was not giving any inkling to any of the employees that they should be worried. You'll hear situations about other developers. We talked about this with what was that? What was that game developer that shut down for a while and then their game came out? And
I know who you're talking about.
Oh, fuck, I can't even think of the name.
Blizzard Entertainment.
It wasn't Blizzard Entertainment. Yeah,
what was the freaking game that they were making?
I forget.
Because
No Man's Sky.
God, we talked about it like 2 weeks ago.
A little further back, but it was the one that had that they're working on that like Overwatch style game, I think.
Gigantic.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah,
Right?
I think that's it. I think so.
Yeah, it was Gigantic. Yeah, so that company was having financial trouble, and their CEO was very open with the employees, saying, hey, we're having a lot of trouble here. We're not going to be able to pay you, so feel free to leave. You can stay here if you want and keep working. I can't promise we'll pay you. We're trying to get more money, but if you also want to use your time here to like fill out job applications or work on portfolios, that's fine. I totally understand. Like, that kind of thing is the fucking right thing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is be upfront and honest so that people don't get caught like this, because there was a large amount of people. And this is the thing I constantly say with anyone that works for anyone, is that you cannot trust your employer ever, because they are not looking out for you. They're looking out for their shareholders if they're a publicly traded company. A lot of places are good, like places, like a place I currently work is really good because they are very much about improvement of their employees, because they want strong employees. But there are a lot of places that are just like, you're a commodity. It's what's called human resources. You're a resource. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to cut that resource. But yeah, I think I ate Karate Kid in the chat is talking about a lawsuit. TJ, did you said you had heard something about that?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get the specifics.
Yeah, a class action lawsuit here is being brought by an ex-employee. Violated California's WARN Act, because California is actually, a state that cares about workers and has, like other countries, like in the UK, you have to give like 60 days notice or something, or 3 months notice before your people are laid off due to financial reasons. You know what I mean? Like if you're obviously like, sitting in the toilet playing phone games all day, they can fire you without giving you warning. But if you haven't done anything wrong and it's the company's fault, they got to give you, that. And in California, they're supposed to give you 60 days. And they did not get the notice. So, that seems pretty cut and dry to me.
Yeah.
I'm sure whatever the calculus was with this company was they're going to be, they're going to have to pay this out. And they're not going to have to pay out anything that they lose in a lawsuit, because that company doesn't have any money. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why they're just like, well, we can't do anything because we don't have any money.
And the really, really shitty thing is, almost the same day that lawsuit was filed, Telltale Games posted a tweet and did some press releases saying that they are looking at working with multiple potential partners.
Yeah.
To help release the last episodes of Walking Dead, the final season.
Correct.
Which means 0 of that money will go to the people who really helped build it from the get-go. All the people who got let go.
Yeah. I gotta look up a variety. Because this article is listing a Telltale Games thing. Here it is. Yeah, so here's another thing too. Telltale Games layoff may have also 274 employees with no notice, no severance, and only a week's worth of healthcare. Came just a day after two potential investors walked away. AMC and Smilegate were in discussions to invest in Telltale Games, which obviously was a deal they were working on to save the company. And they were hoping that AMC would invest in them, as well as Lionsgate as well. Smilegate is a Korean developer of online mobile games. So they basically had a lot of investors. I'm sure the CEO was like, well, we're going to get this funding, so there's no need to tell the employees what the problem is. And
yeah.
So,
but if you're in a position where it's like you either get the investment or you close, then probably tell your employees about that. Yeah, you got to be upfront with your employees, especially in a small company. And 274 people isn't small, but in the grand scheme of companies in the U.S., that's small. So you need to let them know what's going to happen. I mean, that's just insane. And I know Telltale hadn't been doing super well, like game sales wise, for a while. Partially, it's I think their own fault because a lot of their games kind of felt like the same game with a different skin, which is kind of what they were doing to push out as much as they can. So the WARN Act in California is the Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act, which is from 1988. The act defines a mass layoff as a reduction of 50 or more employees within a 30-day period. And there's a more stringent one saying company size threshold is 75 or more part-time workers or full-time. Anyway. So it seems like they were definitely against the law on that one. Federal law, some exceptions for businesses. Business circumstances were not reasonably foreseeable. That seems hard to say. They're saying that you get an exception if business, let's say, this to be fair to a company here. Let's say you have a company in California on the coast and it gets hit by a horrible tidal wave and your entire building is destroyed. You can't really give a 60-day notice there. It's like, well, we have no money or anything anymore, so we have to close. And sorry, everyone. But with Telltale, it's like they obviously knew that they were in a financial dire situation for a while, and they could have given the 60-day notice, of a month ago if they were worried, and then say, oh wait, no, you know what I mean? It's just insane. They obviously didn't do the right thing. So yeah,
terrible.
What happened was two little text options showed up for them, and they chose the wrong one.
They chose the wrong one. Yeah. And then it said the employees will remember that. And now there's game unions. No, I'm kidding. Still not game developer unions, but...
Oh, really?
No. There's voice actor unions.
Yeah, I heard about that. I figured...
Yeah, it was part of the argument over people saying, why do voice actor unions get to have all this say? Because us developers work real hard and make stuff too. And it's like, yeah, well, maybe you should have a union too if you're worried about this. Not be mad that these other people are trying to get as much money as
you gotta love that argument where people are just like, well, you shouldn't have a union because I don't get a union.
It's the same thing I hate about
maybe you should all have unions.
Yeah, it's the same shit I hate about the minimum wage debate.
Yeah.
It's like, well, fucking burger flippers shouldn't be making $15 an hour. And it's like, well, you have to realize if they make $15 an hour, you're gonna probably get a raise too, because people will be like, why should I work this high stress job when I can just go flip burgers?
Yeah.
And make good money. So, yeah. Anyway, the minimum wage thing is stupid as well. I'm going to go check on my dog. I'm going to do dog check. Final dog check.
All right.
I think before I put her to bed. I'll be right back. So if you guys want to, talk about something else.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
If I could make the same amount of money that I make now, just working at a burger grill, I think I might take that job.
Yeah, working in the restaurant, one of the things I really enjoyed back when I was at Noodles & Company is you guys as a crew, you guys commiserate over the same crap,
Yeah.
and that just becomes just it's a fellowship of commisery.
Yeah, that's the
And
one
that
thing
gets you
I
through the
really
day.
missed when I moved away from Starbucks. With your fellow coworkers, you have like this like trenches mentality where it's us versus them, and we're all in this together.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Well, that's the kind of thing that a lot of companies try and do. I mean, you talk about when you work for a company, they say don't share your salary with everyone else. You know, they say that just because they don't want you to know that the new person they hired is making more money than you, that you've been there for 2 years, because they don't want to give you a raise, but they need to pay people more to get people in. Or you could work for a good company, like I do. I won't say where, but where they give people raises a lot. So yeah, I think this year we definitely got like a 9% raise, which was good.
do I
think
have
some
to
of
know how to science to work for your company?
Absolutely, you do not. But you probably won't get hired without a science degree.
I mean, music is kind of a science.
You could probably spin it, but it would be hard. But the thing is, you could start in the factory and work up. It's just kind of like,
Mathematics is the real science.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, just a little bit of tiny news. One of my favorite guys with one of my favorite shows, Adam Ruins Everything.
Yeah, Adam
which is
Conover.
it's a True TV exclusive show. I don't have True TV here. Well, all of his episodes are coming to Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yes.
I know that they put on YouTube a lot of clips from episodes, so you can get like probably 60% of the episode on YouTube, but
I want the whole thing.
I love that show. That show's incredible because they'll dedicate an episode, like not each season, but every once in a while, to just correcting what they've done wrong.
Yep.
You know, and they're like, hey, that's the whole point of this, is we're trying to get to the truth, and sometimes you get more information that disproves what you said before. Here we are revisiting it, and just, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's such a, like, they're so upfront about that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. One of my favorite ones that they talked about was electric cars, and somebody wanted an electric car to be better for the environment, and the thing came down to is like, it's not. Buying a new car is definitely not better for the environment than using your current car, because it's just going to be a nice gadget and you'll feel cool. But if you looking at the entire total environmental impact of it, is maybe it'd be better for to use your car until it can't be used anymore, and then get it. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, so it's just kind of like one of those things that I like. They kind of go to the big picture of stuff a lot of times, which is really neat. And they weren't like, don't buy a Tesla, but you also need to realize if you do buy a Tesla, you're also definitely going to be harming the environment in some ways, and it will take a while to build that back up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're okay with buying that shiny new toy, that's fine.
But if you can buy a used Tesla,
yeah,
if you can
good luck
find
finding
such
one.
a thing.
Good luck finding one that still works. They still having reliability issues.
Oh, I have no
That company's
idea.
going private though, right? Yeah, I heard.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think so,
thought-
because that's what, didn't Elon get sued or something?
Yes. They're not, which is why he's getting sued. But one of the things that I'd really like to mention about Tesla was because there was the whole Brett Kavanaugh hearing on Friday, and somebody posted, boy, Elon Musk couldn't have picked a better day to be sued by the SEC, because it was the same day as the Kavanaugh hearing. So it was like, nobody saw that in the news, so that's good. Yeah, they're not doing well. Let me check the NASDAQ on Tesla. Their stock price actually, let's see, over 6 months. They're way down.
Yeah. So this is a good time to buy Tesla stock. Just like when
I was thinking about buying Tesla stock in June. I'm sure glad I didn't, because they're down.
It's kind of like when I was
70,
I heard
almost
that
$100
Bitcoin fell, and then I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is a good time to buy Bitcoin because it's gonna rebound," and then it didn't.
Yeah, I think the thing is though is that you think about Tesla having a downturn now. You also have to realize, like, okay, Tesla's stock is worth $260 on close on Friday, $265. But if you bought that stock in 2016, you're still up
Yeah.
$100. Like, there's some rocky times right now because they're working on getting their industrialization for their new car. It's definitely not the time to abandon the stock because they are putting out cars. This isn't some company trying to make up some nonsense. They have cars that are very sought after. They just need to kind of work some kinks out right now.
I almost wonder if
jumping off that
stock would be more stable if just like Elon Musk stepped away from the company.
100%. Oh, 100%.
If they were just
stupid.
I've got these other people to take care of it.
I can't believe the board is letting him do this.
Like, just go have your rockets and your tunnel machine and stuff, and make fun of people that rescue kids from caves, and then have this other company that's run by stable people.
Yeah, I can't. No, Elon, come on. Like, you're detrimentally hurting your company by doing this. I can't believe their board of directors is allowing it to happen. I mean, a lot of times with these companies that were small, the board of directors end up being a large group of friends of the CEO, and they're going to let him get away with shit like that. And then you have issues where you'll have investors sue you, like what's happening with the SEC. So that's a problem. So anyway, that's I'm sure Tesla will be fine. They're a company that makes really good products and unique products. Yeah. So they'll be fine. I think they're just having a rocky period right now.
Well, they've got I think they've got semi trucks coming online now.
Yeah.
So that'll start to be another.
It's fine. It would be stupid to abandon your stock unless you were someone who got in at 160 and was like, I'm going to sell now with $100 per share profit. Like, that's people will do that. It's just kind of one of those things. I think if you're in for the long haul, that's the problem with stock prices now. God, I need to get off this topic. This is ridiculous. But like, stock prices are so high right now for some companies. Like, Apple's stock got so high. Like, no one's going to buy $600, $700 a share company. Like, it's just not going to. That's so much. There's no way it's going to go higher. But then they'll split stock and
they'll split stock. Yep.
Yep. And that they made a lot of fucking money off that.
Yep.
Double your money. Like, fuck. But we got to stop talking about stocks.
So it's getting late, so we should play our game.
What game?
The same game as last week, John.
Last week.
What
the
game?
one you tell us to do.
Oh, my game. It wasn't a game. It's homework. Homework isn't a game.
Oh, fine.
It's a game because one of us wins.
It's
always a game.
Okay. All right. So in the grand 2018 Podcast Improvement Act, I've asked my two guests to come up with news stories to bring, wacky news or regular news.
Matt, we've been downgraded to guests. Let's leave the show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I gotta go. So
I've asked my co-hosts to.
Maybe we're just guests on this segment where we compete.
That's true.
Where we fight.
The winner will
death.
become host of the segment. No. So I guess I'm gonna let TJ go first because I know Matt's situation.
No, I got it. I'm good.
Week.
Okay, Matt's good.
All
TJ,
right.
come on.
All right, we got this.
All right.
Mountain goats are being airlifted out of a national park.
Oh, that band, the Mountain Goats.
Exactly, because they crave human pee.
What?
Subtitled, their insatiable thirst for human urine is causing some problems.
R. Kelly on the internet. I gotta get myself a goat. The fuck?
So, Olympic National Park, which is located in Washington State's Olympic Peninsula.
Oh, that's my favorite national park.
Yep. Is faced with a daunting challenge. Removing a ballooning mountain goat population that's developed a strong appetite for human pee.
Oh my god.
Mountain goats are not a native species in the park. Since their introduction in the 1920s, their numbers have blossomed to about a staggering 700 ungulates. I think that's how you pronounce the word.
Yep.
I don't know.
That's right.
Now with humans flooding the area and routinely relieving themselves on various hiking trails, the goats have developed an insatiable thirst for urine, which serves as a strong source of salt and minerals. Acting in accordance with the National Park Services and the USDA Forest Service, park authorities have begun tagging, blindfolding, and airlifting the goats to the nearby forests in the North Cascades via helicopter.
I love that they blindfold them. Like, it's a fucking game show. It's the Amazing Goat Race. Like, what the fuck? I guess they have to because they get freaked out otherwise. That's funny. You just knock them out, you know.
Or they find their way back. I don't know.
Yeah. That's true. The goat is on the helicopter just staring out the window like, okay, I can get back.
This is where I go.
I can get back. It's interesting. I looked this up and there was another article from the New York Times last year about mountain goats in Glacier National Park showing a bunch of goats licking parts of the trail. And I guess that's happening in all these national parks now because a lot of people, that's kind of how it is. I mean, like when you're out hiking, you got to pee.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
We got some more details too, including why they're doing this and why they need to actually get rid of them.
Okay.
So they fit these goats with GPS collars, and those goats are ferried in pairs to 9 different sites in the Mount Baker, Snoqualmie National Forest, per a motherboard report. The sites should provide a more hospitable environment for the surging goat tribe where they can roam free of human interlopers.
But they're addicted to pee now.
Yes.
They're like piss vampires.
Exactly.
They're just going to hunger out there.
The NPS aims to reduce the goats' numbers dramatically to the tune of approximately 90% of the projected 2018 mountain goat population. So they want to get it down to about 625 to 675 mountain goats.
Are they doing any hunting of goats?
We're going to get there.
Okay. Because that's a much better way to control the population than airlifting them.
Yep. The remaining 10% would be dealt with via, quote, opportunistic ground and helicopter-based lethal removal of mountain goats, unquote.
I like it. Which is a fun way of saying we're going to have people shoot at them from helicopters.
Yep. And that's when the terrain is too challenging to corral the goats with the helicopter. Last year, it was suggested that shotguns or high-powered rifles would do the trick, although the park insists its first priority is relocation. So, with the minerals necessary for their diet being scant, the goats have developed a strong predilection for human pee and sweat, which they can find in abundance while foraging through the park's 1,442 square mile domain.
Nice.
But the NPS maintains that the urine has an adverse effect on the goat's behavior.
They get crazy for that pee.
Mm-hmm. The NPS says mountain goats can be a nuisance along trails and around wilderness campsites where they persistently seek salt and minerals from human urine, packs, and sweat on clothing. They often paw and dig areas on the ground where hikers have urinated or disposed of cooking wastewater. Goats that paw and dig at the earth have posed a detriment to the environment, according to the NPS. Unrelated to lapping up urine are the general safety concerns of interacting with a swelling goat herd. A hiker was gored to death in the park in 2010, for instance.
Youch.
Yep. The nature of mountain goat human interactions can vary widely, such as humans observing mountain goats from several hundred meters away across a ridge, mountain goats approaching visitors, hazing events, and hazardous interactions such as the October 2010 fatality, the report states. Authorities cannot implement fertility control largely because the animals are so hard to corral. There are also no approved contraceptives available to quell their birth rates.
You got to be that. You don't want to be that national parks employee that's going out there putting condoms on goats.
Yep, I got goat condoms.
This sucks. This job sucks. But then one guy is way into it, and then they have to let that guy go. Like you like this too much. Anyway, well, that's a really good story, TJ. Thank you. That was incredibly fruitful.
All right. And here's my
Matt,
story.
All right.
I'm going to skip the headline because I think it's better that way.
Okay.
When you think of turpentine, you probably think of a common paint thinner found in hardware stores.
Yeah.
In its pure form, pure gum spirit of turpentine was once used as a form of medicine centuries ago.
Yes.
Today it's back as a controversial new wellness treatment.
Yep, I heard about this already.
Asmith Kaminsky is a healing consultant who takes it as an internal cleanse.
Yep.
Pure gum spirit of turpentine is a controversial alternative treatment for stomach and intestinal issues like parasites or yeast infections. The therapy is unusual and considered by many experts to be questionable, but there are believers who ingest it by saturating and chewing on sugar cubes. Actress Tiffany Haddish touted.
Yep, that's the one that I. That's the one that I. That's the one that I learned about it from.
In a recent article, saying everything felt so much better, clarity-wise. Kaminsky documented his own turpentine experience on YouTube. It turned out really well for me. I went for 44 days on this turpentine cleanse, he claimed. Pure gum spirit is the sap distilled from the resin of pine trees. It was used as a remedy hundreds of years ago when people had only natural elements for cures.
You know what? I think people hundreds of years ago were super healthy, right?
Yeah, they lived really long. Doctors today say it can be dangerous. The adverse effects and or fatalities are clearly going to outweigh any potential benefit, registered dietitian Nicolette Pace warned.
Yeah.
At the 1 teaspoon dosage, there are some serious reported as adverse effects. It's kidney toxic. As little as 3 teaspoons are fatal. Dr. Fred Pescatore says he uses it on patients infrequently, but adds there are healing properties in turpentine for internal use and skin conditions like eczema. It's extraordinarily harsh, and it has to be very, very, very diluted, or you're going to burn your skin. Basically, because the resin of the tree is that strong, Dr. Pescatore explains. The doctor stresses it always must be used with caution. Your body has to be used to it. And I think that's where most people are not going to take the time to allow their bodies to gradually go drop by drop by drop of this poison. The last part was editorial by me. Pure Gum Spirit of Turpentine is available online, but it is imperative that you do your research and absolutely contact your doctor before using it as any sort of medical treatment.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting because turpentine is a natural product.
Yeah.
It's oil from tree sap. Mm-hmm. It has been heavily, worked on mechanically, industrially to get there, but... the major active ingredients are terpenes, which are chemicals found in essential oil that have the smell. Let's say you have an IPA that tastes a little bit piney or something. That's terpenes. But terpene is poison. It's something that is probably not fatal to adults. It's rarely fatal to adults because our body can handle the amount usually and just pass through it. It's not cleaning your body. Your body is just basically dealing with the turpentine you put in it and then pooping it out or peeing it out. It's not.
But the clarity.
Yeah. It's absolutely insane that this is happening. It is, Vicks Vapor Rub has turpentine in it. That's part of it.
You're also not supposed to eat it.
No, you put it on your nose or whatever because it helps open up your passageways, because it's not just that, it's part of the turpentine in there, so it's it treats candida, that candida fungus disease that everybody has, according to everyone that does some sort of crazy fake medicine.
I've never heard of this thing.
Candida is a fungus in your body that is opportunistic. And
7 symptoms of candida overgrowth.
Yeah. That's it's like the flat earthers of body health. Candida is the thing.
The symptoms are all going to be general fatigue. Oh yeah,
correct.
Number 2,
it's literally every symptom you can imagine you can blame on this thing, and so everyone's got treatments for it. That are useless to dangerous. Useless of, overuse of probiotics and other things, supplements, to dangerous drinking paint thinner. Don't do that. I've heard of that. It's terrible. Thanks for bringing it up, though. That's really interesting. And it was Tiffany Haddish, too, as well. Because she did a profile for GQ, I think. And the writer talked about, her, talking a lot about drinking turpentine. She's talking about how it's kind of one of those things. It's just one of those crazy, conspiracy mindset that people get into. And doctors don't want you to know about this.
I know better than these people do. So, I know what my body needs, and it needs turpentine.
No. Man, those are both great stories. I think you're both going to get check pluses this week, I think.
Ooh.
Those are both great. The goat pee one was very good. And the turpentine one was something I even forgot about is a real thing. And it's insane. So thank you. Excellent job. That was really good. You guys are both so good. You're my best
thank
students.
you.
Can I get the music, the sad music?
Yeah, I love looking goat pee.
We got a rip we got to talk about.
Yeah.
So
Here it is.
I'll continue to vamp though. But this is probably a good rip. Sony has finally stopped people from not being able to play cross-platform.
Oh man.
Kind of.
I'm just saying this is rest in peace Sony's safe online environment. They're going to allow all these Xbox and PC gamers to play with PlayStation. It makes it. They were talking it's an unsafe space. It's going to ruin gaming. They wanted their closed system, so rip to their closed system.
There's going to be usernames with spaces in them.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's a major. Yeah, they were talking about how the cross-platform play would be unsafe, which is completely ridiculous. This is literally monetary. They wanted all the money. They wanted all that. Bethesda, obviously Fortnite people have really been working on trying to get the change. Psyonix wanted people to play, what is it?
Rocket League.
Rocket League, cross-platform. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just stupid. So right now they're putting out a beta to do cross-platform play for Fortnite. It's open beta beginning today.
Well, 4 days ago.
Yes, correct. By the time you're listening to this, it's already happened. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway. So I just wanted to say rip to a safe online platform, PlayStation. Obviously, allowing other people onto it, it's going to make it less safe, you know, so.
As a recent PlayStation owner, I feel a lot less safe.
Oh my god. Dude, Fortnite's the worst game. Did I tell you about my Twitter? How I made Fortnite a banned word?
Really?
It's made Twitter so much better. Because there's tons of game sites and stuff that I follow where they just post endless. I mean, that is the fucking SEO right now. Go to Polygon.com. 90% Fortnite stories on their webpage. Anyway, it's not. It's actually today. Now would not be a good time to do that because I'm not seeing any on the front page. I'm seeing one because SNL had a Fortnite sketch, but I think it's over. I think Fortnite's going to peak real soon. I think because I think too many adults are getting into it now. You know what I mean?
Well, we also got a Battlefield 5 Battle Royale coming out soon, and
yeah, that's not going to be
good. We also got
the Call of Duty Battle Royale though, apparently is very well reviewed. So, but I think the Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out is going to be huge. So,
is there a Battle Royale on that?
No, I think that was a guess that one of us had, but there could be if they support it like they do with the online
GTA
for GTA. I mean, they had a weird quasi Battle Royale multiplayer game mode in that for a hot second, which actually kind of worked. Anyway, oh my god, the chat is dad full.
Yep.
I'm not a dad. I'm a dog dad, I guess. I have a pet dog.
So if your dog puts on the Princess Peach crown,
yes. She becomes a dogette. She's adorable. Anyway. Answer the man. Anyway, let's. I think we're about done though. I think for tonight.
Yeah,
it seems like a good place to end.
I think it's a good time to end.
Right as we get mini rated too.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe while you're in the middle of your raid. Smash that bell.
Smash that like button. Hell yeah. Raids are fun. At least this raid isn't Nazi related, so
yeah.
Maybe it is. We haven't gotten too far into it
yet.
But
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. John_Danger. Website's borntheeighties.net.
Hey,
lots of episodes available on there.
You can find me at matthagmusic.com everywhere. Matt Hag Music on Twitter and internet and YouTube and Spotify and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm at mayhavemade84 on the Twitter, mayhavemade everywhere else, including here on Twitch. But more importantly, you guys need to hang out with us in our Discord if you're going to raid us.
That's right.
Discord, I will ban you there. Just go to born80s.net, hit the Discord link, and I will see you in the next 10 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
And now let's raid Pink Sparkle.
Yes.
Is she even on right now?
I don't know.
I
She's
don't
probably on. I mean, I think it was with that Pink Sparkles where she just passed out on stream at some point. That's a good channel. Anyway. TJ, why are you playing a dead console?
It's not dead if I'm playing it.
It's dead.
I'm playing a dead game on a dead console.
I don't know how.
Which I talked about on
listen
Spanky's
to us
podcast.
to get levels because we're not streaming right now.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're on
it
Twitch.
says waiting for Byte Industries on YouTube.
Yeah,
It keeps
yours
taking
is
a
the
while.
only one that ever says that.
Yep.
Just keep refreshing it.
Don't die, Grat. No, we just need to get carded. There we go. Oh, I got the rare one.
I can always put her in her crate too. I just don't want to have to do that because she's gonna go right in her crate after we're done
Yeah,
overnight because
that's what she does for the night.
she can't be trusted to not take a shit on the floor in the middle of the night. But she won't do it in her crate.
I need to listen to myself on While Away. I want to hear how bad it was because everyone was like singing and screaming 5 feet away from me for almost the entirety of it.
Oh no.
Didn't you have another room you can record in, TJ?
No, not really.
Because I know I've been to this house and TJ is in the middle of the living room.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the living room because
could
everywhere
go to
else
the
I go,
basement?
everywhere else I go, somewhere else usually ends up being, like in the basement. They were watching the Cubs and being as loud as possible.
And the
At the
Cubs
time-
and the Brewers are now tied, so
Yes, so
they're gonna have a playoff.
yes tomorrow
And the Cubs are gonna lose.
probably, but they're not out of the.
No,
playoffs.
they'll just have to play the wild card game.
Yeah.
I
But they can't be trusted to win a
can't
single
listen
game.
to the YouTube. I don't know what it is about my browser, but it won't say that it's live.
Did you try Control
But
F5ing it?
To be fair, though, to me, Matthew, I have not gotten the email notifying me that they're live.
I don't get those anymore. I should smash that bell.
Wait, now there's the email. And now if I click through the email, it'll be, yep. It won't show up on the left-hand side. I have to go through the email.
It's probably
Okay.
time to throw away your computer.
That's not my computer. I'm pretty sure it's just the cookies and the Chrome that is just not updating. And
I love
YouTube's
cookies.
not being great at streaming. Oh man, what the fuck am I talking about? I think we're gonna have to lean heavily on TJ's contributions this week.
Okay. Yeah, I've got about 5 Yahoo Answers things to answer live.
Well, that's good.
And more importantly, I have an update on the one we answered.
Oh, that's
It's
What I
it's not
like to
as
hear.
much of an update as I'd like, but it's something. It's well, we'll talk about it as we get to the podcast. The podcast. We do a podcast here.
Welcome to
Born in
the
80s.
podcast.
all right.
Get lots of those next door.
Oh, AGDQ has listed its schedule.
Yeah, Keyseron won't be playing or commenting. And he's hoping to do more interviews. He loved interviewing at the last one.
Of course. It's fucking pouring now. Ugh. Anyway. I think I'm ready.
Want to tweet this out or just start?
You can tweet it out.
Alright. Matt, you can take off the starting soon. We're basically starting.
You can't tell me what to do.
Can you
Did
please?
Did you guys enjoy my SEO episode title image art?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
Let's see it.
Somebody's not on the Discord.
Oh, what's Discord?
It's so good. It's so good.
Yep. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba.
You're singing Halo?
Yeah, it's a great song. Oh, I got a couple news items.
I brought my weird news. I'm so excited for it.
Matt hasn't really put anything in the doc. I don't even see his name in the doc.
I don't see a sweet SEO image.
And if I...
Okay. I mean, that's your opinion. I guess I could have done a better job.
Copy. I could do that.
We
without
could
the
talk
pictures.
about Bowsette.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Let's talk about Bowsette. I got some Bowsette opinions.
I do. It makes me happy in places.
Yeah. Well, it makes me happy and unhappy.
I actually... Oh, I have my own Bowsette art, except for it's not Bowsette. Because everyone got a super crown, so I went ahead and made something for the other meme that... Well, it's not a meme, but it's a...
Thank you. At least somebody agrees with me.
It's not a meme.
What?
It's a trend.
No, I'm talking about Bowsette.
Yeah, it's
Some of the art's shit, and then some of it is accurate, because Bowsette isn't just gonna like Peach with horns. She's gonna be some fucking big ass
No, it's goth
strong
Peach
lady.
with horns.
No,
I
she
like-
should be some fucking plus sized ass kicking lady.
SJW Cuck John.
red.
I'm just saying, she should
red
be
hair,
just
red hair, Bowser of color.
exactly.
And that color is green and orange.
Hell yeah. No, she should be like a bodybuilder, like a female
Like,
pro wrestler.
who's the Russian chick from Overwatch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because like fucking Toadette looks like Peach. Well, we gotta talk about that. Anyway, let's not worry about it. Let's continue. Let's get started. Ready?
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode whatever number this is. I'm John.
Matt Hag.
TJ May. All right, stop. Welcome. Let's do it.